Hello neighbors. Today we're going to explore the Hawthorn website. For those of you that do not have access, we'll explain how you can obtain access to the website. And for those of you that do have access, hopefully we'll discover some tips and tricks on some information that you may not have been aware that are available on the website. To access the Hawthorn website, you first need to open up your browser, and that can be the Google browser, which is Chrome, or you can open up a Microsoft browser, Explorer, or any other type of browser that you're familiar with. Once you've opened your browser, go to the address line and type in Hawthorn at leesburg.com. That should direct you to the website for Hawthorn. The website at Hawthorn actually has two sides. There is the public side, which the whole world can access and see, and then there is the resident side and the resident login, which we're going to talk mostly about today. I just want to touch briefly on the public side first. The public side, you'll know you're there because these main photos change every 20-30 seconds. So if you're seeing that photo change, you know that you're on the public side. I'd like to direct your attention to across the top here. That's where the home page is for Hawthorn at Leesburg. That's where we are presently. Homes for sale, that is administered by our realty department. If a home is listed for sale, they will put photos up here, a description, and as you can see, if we click on this drop down or on the homes for sale, you can actually see a contact name for the realtor folks, the realtor office. You can also search for homes that are for sale. This is a spot that a lot of the public, the whole world, looks at and can find information on some of the homes that are for sale here in our community. In addition to that, we have About Us, Activities, our emergency services, amenities, history, and so on. And if you notice anywhere there's a little triangle, down triangle, if you click on that, there's more information below that. And if you click on Activities, it will then talk about all of the activities that we have. It breaks them out by, a general topic, such as physical activities, sports activities. If there's a plus sign, you can click on that and it'll open up just the sports. Or you can find an activity by alphabetical. Okay, and again, this is for the whole world to see. Okay, so if you are an activity chairman, here's my little pitch for Club Hawthorn. If you are an activity chairperson, you should go in and look at your particular activity, such as the camping club, and you can click on that. It's going to give you a little narrative of what the camping club is and some of the activities that they do. Update this information. Make sure it's current. Also, pictures are worth 1,000 words. We encourage all of your activity groups to submit a picture or two or three for submission, and then put them on, and we can get them on their respective activity tab. Okay. Once we look at this, we can either hit our back button up here in your browser, or we can go back to the activities page. Again, anything with a drop down has more information behind it, and you can click on that. Okay. The Contact Us, and again, this is on the public side. This will have our real estate folks listed there, telephone number, email addresses. It'll also have our administration folks from Hawthorn here, general manager, the financial officer, Dee Brown, the administrative assistant. We're going to talk more about her role in and you getting access to the website in just a moment. Okay. If you come all the way to the bottom here, we're still on the public side. Remember I mentioned these tabs across the top. They basically repeat themselves further down here. Again, our amenities, activities, real estate, location, and again, these are quick links down here. As you notice, as I move my cursor around, they become underlined, and my icon changes to a hand pointing to it. I can click on that. It'll take me right to the Hawthorn Realty team. If I click on Homes for Sale, it'll take me right to that the homes that are for sale in the community. Does the same thing, Homes for Sale up here. So much like all websites, there is probably 6 different ways to get to the same information. It's just getting in here and navigating and moving around. But today we are here to talk about the resident login and focus our attention on there. Again, this first one where you see the photos change, that's the public side. That's for the whole world to get to and learn about Hawthorn in our community. If you are a resident and you want further information specific to our community, you need a login and password by clicking on this resident login. And it's in the upper right corner. Okay, I want to click there. It immediately tells you that you are in the resident area. No more pictures are changing. And again, you need a username and email. If you do not have one, if you just scroll down, enter your name. It's a required field. Your email address, you will need an email address. Your Hawthorn address. And then this is where you can put in your requested username and requested password. Okay? And you click on Request Access. That information will then go to Dee Brown, the administrative assistant in the administration office. She will verify that you are a resident, and once that is done, she will then activate your username and password. She will then send you an email, and once that occurs, once you receive that email, you will then have access to the website. If you have any difficulty with that, you can go right along up here and remember and click Contact Us. That'll take you right to Dee Brown's email address and her contact phone number right here. So if you have difficulty in activating your username and password, or if you need to reset the password, Dee is the person to contact. Okay, so we're going to go back to resident login. I'm already registered, so I'm going to input my username. I'm then going to put in my password, and I can click login and it'll take me in, and I can also select remember me, and that way when I come back here tomorrow or next week, it should remember my credentials. As you probably noticed when I started typing it, it knew who I was already. So I click login, and it will bring me to the resident area. Okay, first line, once you're logged in, and I'm logged in, there's my username, and it'll show your username. This is how you log out. So right there in that first line. Okay, this first page repeats homes for sale, back to the home, about us, activities. You can get to that same information that the public side had. Okay, there, along with this line across the top, there's this white body of page, which we're going to talk about just briefly in just a moment, I should say. And then on the right side, there's this green section. Okay, if you notice in the upper right corner of this green section, it'll say Program Bulletin. And I'm obviously doing this in April of 2020. That's the Friday clips. Okay, the Friday clips are available electronically. Nice thing about that, if you're out of the area, if you are up north, if you are on vacation, you want to stay up to date on what's happening back home, the Friday clips are posted right here. So you can see when I land on it with my cursor, it changes to my pointer. I can click on that. It will now bring up the Friday Bulletin. Okay. What's nice about this, again, I can review it in electronic format. I can print this if I have a printer at home. If I'm out of the area, again, on vacation, up north, wherever, if I have access to my computer and the internet, I can still keep up to date as to what's going on back here at Hawthorn. Okay, little tip about Friday clips. This information is posted Thursday afternoon before the Friday that they arrive on your clip, so you can be in the know ahead of time. The other portion of the green area here is just shortcuts to some of the same information that we're going to talk about right over here, which is further down the page. And I apologize for moving so fast here. But if I want to get to the top of this page real quick, I can either scroll up, come over here and click on this and scroll up, or I can just say, take me back to the top, and it'll take me right back to the top. Getting back to the resident area here, this first white page normally has 2 or 3 information items on there. It's very dynamic. It's not static in any way. Administration can get in here and they can post notices that need to be provided to the community daily, hourly, whatever the need is. Unfortunately, when I'm doing this particular video, we're right in the midst of the COVID pandemic, and a lot of information is put out here regarding the coronavirus. As you can see, it's indexed by date. You can find information on that. Any area that's a kind of a brownish color, and your cursor changes, you can click on that and get more information. For example, the Hawthorn coronavirus information from the drum, or from which is showing repeatedly on TV 98. You can also see the April 14th TV 98 show, which is specific to the coronavirus. It's a message from the Hawthorn Board of Directors, Club Hawthorn, and the administration office. During this crisis, they're doing a weekly show, and each show is published here, and you can just go out there and click on that and view it. Okay, again, this is all information that's related to the virus. Previous shows from management, the Herca Board, and Club Hawthorn are also right there, so if you want to go back and review a show, you can. Again, this top portion can change hourly, it can change daily, it can change weekly, whatever the situation warrants, it can be changed. If we come down further, we'll come to this area where we have gray bars. Okay, and if you see a plus sign, anywhere you see a plus sign, you can open that up and obtain more information. For example, if we would like to know more information about Club Hawthorn, you click on that and it opens up all this information. If you are a activity chair or vice chair and you need to review something in the program manual, you can do that right here, and it's the most up-to-date current version of the program manual. If I click on that, it will open it up for me. And as you can see, the last update on this was June of 2018. And it's just like looking at the paper copy. Quick tip, if you're looking for something in particular, say for example, I know that Club Hawthorn has a regulation on posters that can be created and published on a club's activity, but I don't want to look through the index and I don't want to look through that document, but I want to read about that poster regulation. I can push and hold my Control key and F key, and it will bring up this little nice search box right up here. And now I can type in posters, and it tells me that this is the first reference of 3 references to the word poster. I can then scroll down, and right here it brings me to posters, and it talks about the size the poster needs to be or can be, and where it can be displayed, and how long it can be displayed prior to your event, for advertising your event. So again, Control, hold that key down, hit the F, that'll bring up your little search box, and you can put in any particular word or phrase that you're looking for, and that'll help you search through this document. Okay. But getting back to our website, Treasurer's Report, Treasurer's Procedures, I should say, for the different activities, all the reports. You'll also find agenda, meeting agendas, and you'll find meeting minutes. You'll also find all of the Club Hawthorn forms. Any of the forms that are at the Information Center in the clubhouse are available here on the website. And you can notice my cursor is changing. So I can click on one of these and it will bring up the form. I mentioned as an activity, if you wanted to submit a picture, a photo, or a rewrite or update written description of your activity, you can click on the website revision form here. That will bring up this form, and then what you can do is you can print this at home, you can fill it out, and you can submit it to the website committee, and that information will be updated. Some of these forms are fillable. This one appears not to be. I will show you one later on here which is. Okay, so get in here, poke around. You can't break it. Explore. Okay. Again, I mentioned forms. All forms that are at the Information Center are available for you online. Okay. Here are some Hawthorn forms. Here's a vacation form. You're going to leave for 2 weeks or longer. Snowbird, gone for months on end. This will bring up the Hawthorn vacation form. This particular form is fillable. So you click on the spot where you put your name in. I can go ahead and put my name in here. Date that we're leaving. Okay, let's say we're going to leave on this particular date. Returning, and so on and so on. Once this is filled out, you can go ahead and print it if you have a printer attached. You could also save it as a PDF if you're so inclined to know how to do that. You save it as a PDF on your computer. You could then send this to D or to emergency services via an email and as an attachment, and you're done. You have that filled out and taken care of. Okay. We come back to our forms again. Any of these forms are available to you to either print out and write on, or to type right in there and print, however you want to manage that. Friday clips, we talked about that earlier. They are available again in this, I'll use my back to the top button. They're available in this upper right corner. Okay, that's the current Friday clip. But if we come down to Friday clips, open it up, you'll see it here, and you will see historically previous Friday clips information that was put on the clips. And this goes back until February, so there's a little history there of the Friday clips. We can look at Hawthorn rules. You know, there is that rule book that we have in our community. Again, if I open this up, there's our bylaws, policies and procedures of the board, our rules and regulations, and these are the most current, again, and up-to-date rules and regulations. This one here was just revised June of 2019. You know, we all have those rules and regulations in that phone directory, that printed phone directory that we get, but those are kind of perishable. If a rule or a regulation changes during the year, those aren't updated, but they are updated here. Okay, so if we open up rules and regulations, again, here it is. Here's the document. We can look at it. We can find what we're looking for. Scroll through it. You could print it at home. Again, as soon as you print it, if something changes, you know, it's not as current as it is right here. And if you're looking for something in particular, say for example, I want to know something about laundry. Can I hang laundry out at my own home? If I go Control, hold that down, hit the F key, and if I type in laundry, it'll tell me that, oh, it's on page 20. Okay, but it also says this is the first of 6 instances of laundry, and I can use my little arrow key to find the next one, and it takes me right to page 20 right here, and it takes me to the laundry section. And it talks about, you know, where the laundry facility is located, and it says that outdoor laundry drying shall not be permitted in this community except in the areas provided for that purpose in the laundry area. And that's how you can find out information in the rules and regulations. Just type in the word that you're looking for or the phrase, and it should take you right to that. All right. So get in here. Poke around. You cannot break it. You cannot change anything. There's a whole host of information as you're looking through here. The marina, okay, talks about you know, where things are and the waiting list. We have a scams tab. This information is updated as emergency services or the website committee is made aware of particular scams that might be going around. You can click on here and find out more information. Okay, scam alert. This one was dated the 3rd of 2020, and it came from the Lake County Sheriff's Office. So just information you should be aware of, and hopefully none of us end up with a scam going on. Alright, we're going to go back to the resident side. And I scroll down. Again, get in here, look around. You cannot break this. There's hurricane vacation information. If you're looking for the shelter areas, they're listed right here. Hurricane evacuation tips for Hawthorn residents. All sorts of good information. Swimming pool regulations. You got the family visiting and got some grandchildren, and you want to know what the pool hours are or the pool regulations. You click on that and bang, it tells you right there. Okay, and the hours that they're allowed in there, between 8 and 10, noon and 2, and 4 and 6. Okay. Back to the resident area as I click there. Telephone directory. Again, we get that published written telephone directory, but based on the amount of people that move in and out of our community here, that can become perishable. However, this phone book here, Hawthorn phone book, updated on the 17th of April. I believe that's updated weekly or every 2 weeks, so it is the most current information. If we click on that, that will open up that document, and there it is. That's our phone book. Okay, first page of 48 pages, and it's alphabetized, so we can go through and find it that way. But a quicker way would be if we just go through and push and hold Control F, type in the last name or the first name of the person that you're looking for, and in my case I'm going to look for me. Okay, and it says that there is 1 of 4 by that last name, and sure enough it takes me right to the first one, and there I am, address, phone number, and so on. If I click on it, this little search key, it says next. It'll take me to the next entry of that last name. Okay. A nice thing that I like to use this for is we all get that telephone number with no name associated with ringing on our phone ID, be it on our cell phone or a regular landline that has caller ID. And you say, well, I'm not going to answer that because I don't recognize that phone number and it might be a scam and I just don't want to do that. What you can do is you can come to this document at the website, Control F, and you can go ahead and you can put that phone number just as it appears in your phone, dashes and all, and you can see if that actually is somebody here in Hawthorn. And in this case, I put my phone number in. Okay, say I called you and that number showed up. You'd put that in. Oh, 1 instance of 1. Okay, and here it is. And it belongs to me at this address. So you can be pretty assured that it is somebody that's calling you from the community here and not a scam. Just a nice way to figure that out real quick. Okay. All right. Again, I can't emphasize enough, get in here folks, poke around. You cannot break this. You cannot change anything. If you get lost, hit back to the top. It'll take you right back to the resident area and you're good to go. Okay, so I think I've talked long enough with here. We have prepared a little tips and trick document. We will be getting that out, I think, at the Information Center. But again, just to review, we have how you get to the website is hawthorn@leesburg.com. You will need a login and password. Fill that out on that first page of the resident side. You'll have to wait until the administrative assistant is in her office, and during normal business hours you will then get an email back saying that your access has been activated and you should be good to go. I talked about the find feature. I'm a PC user, so I use Control F to find information in documents. If you're an Apple user, it's Command F. It does the same thing. This tips and tricks. Once if you find access and you obtain this document, go through and this will help you navigate. Like how do you see the minutes of the Hawthorn board meetings? It tells you right there. And if you work that through, you'll become very proficient at moving around in the website. So, well, I thank you for your attention, and hopefully you will learn some more here and take good use of the information that's available. Thank you.